Well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are back for a watch along. I've had some time off. Been pretty busy lately, but we are back, and we are back with the Europa League, something that Dortmund fans have not had to deal with for a very, very long time. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. This should be a fun match. Now, I know we all thought, okay, we crashed with the Champions League, yada, yada, yada. But guess what? We're in a competition that we realistically can win, which I'm pretty excited of. But Rangers are no joke. They're a very, very strong team. Even with the managerial change they've had this year, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst has got that team rolling still. They did slip up. They're not in first place of the league right now. Celtic got them. But regardless, they are still a team to take very seriously. So we're going to get the starting 11s up for you guys today. Because I see an interesting starting 11, to be fair. All right, how's that look? That looks good. We'll share that. But let me know how you guys are doing today. It's been a while. Be sure to drop a like if you guys are just tuning in and you're excited and you're rearing to go. And we'll discuss first off Dortmund starting 11. Then we'll go over and look at Rangers. So how does this look? StreamYard did some things as well. So and Producer T has a cool background. So big shout out to Producer T out there. I thought the background looked clean. But here's the starting 11 today, guys. It looks like we're lining up in the 4-2-3-1 /4-3-3 /4-3-2-1. We'll have to see how it's played. But in goal, Gregor Kobel. Right back is, guess what? A right back who's actually a center back, but can properly defend. So I have no issues with Akanji going out on right back. Obviously played very, very well in the last match out. I'm excited to see what he can do at right back. We got Hummels and Zagadou. You guys know my issues with big Zagadou, but I think hopefully he's found his ground just a little bit of partnership with Hummels, moving Hummels over to the right-hand side, Zagadou playing on the left, being a left-footed. We got Guerrero in there. We got Witsel. And again, I know a lot of you guys don't like the way that Witsel plays. You guys always say Mr. Backpass himself, but Witsel does bring a little bit of balance to this team. It allows Bellingham and Dahoud to play their system a little bit more naturally. So again, whether Bellingham and Dahoud are going to be playing as center mids, or if Bellingham's going to kind of shuffle up on that left-hand side, that leaves Brandt and Royce who will be playing either as a cam and a winger, or dual cams with, of course, Daniel Malen up front. Before we get into Rangers, we're going in the chat, and we'll see how you guys are faring today. Oh, you sneaky bugger, always changing the time. Look, I mean, to be fair, Producer T schedules it, and then if I look at it, I'm like, nah, and then I'll change it. But yes, I was a little bit late. Had lunch with my girlfriend. Please forgive me. I don't know why, but I got a bad feeling about this. We're at home, so hopefully we don't have a bad feeling at home. We're the home team here. We need to get a result today. They did take out the away goals, so let me know what you guys think about that. There's no more away goals, which is I find so interesting that they took it out because I never thought they were going to. JJD TV fan is not positive for today. It says 2-1 Rangers. Nah, I'm saying 2-0 Dortmund, man. I'm saying 2-0 Dortmund. That is my prediction. Let me know what your guys' predictions are as well. Finn, absolutely not impressed that I was late. I know. I'm sorry. The Fear the Wall match thread isn't out today, so I guess I'll talk about the match here. What's up? What's going on, my man? Yeah, it's weird that it's not out yet, but let me know what your guys' thoughts are on tonight's match. If you're excited for the Europa League, because listening and reading some articles, it's kind of been said that this is what Dortmund are going to go all out in. And they should, man. Why not? Go for the competition that we've never won. I would be pumped if we could pull this thing off. Oh, gotta put you in a timeout, my man. Actually, we'll just block you. But all right, I just skipped over a lot of comments, so if I didn't get to your comments, toss it in either. Early Rangers goal, Guerrero 1-1, Malen and Royce 3-1, final. Dest and Pulisic need to come to Dortmund. You're only saying that because Scott Arfield is playing for the Rangers. Scott Arfield is retired Canadian men's national team player, so he's not even playing for Canada. No Pulisic. Where are we? Akanji at right back was interesting and was all right, so hopefully we can get another clean sheet. The reason I liked him out on right back is because our back line has been absolutely laughable for the majority of this season. So Akanji, if you guys remember, he came in January back in, I don't remember the exact year. I think it was maybe 2017, whatever it was. Regardless, he came for that first season. He played mostly as a left back and a right back in his first season before he kind of got pushed towards that middle ground. Akanji can definitely play this role. Having speed is a big part of that, and he's got a defensive mindset to him. So I wasn't surprised that it would have been a decent performance. But saying that, I don't think this is going to be the long-term answer for us. But I'm excited to see what he can do today. And it should be interesting as the boys are getting ready to go here. If you guys are just tuning in with us, 6 minutes into the stream, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub as well, and get your predictions in here. As OC says, that dude was decent. He was decent. American Dembele. British Empire says Rangers, small club, sadly. Oh, Yash, how you doing, my man? Taking shots at Pulisic. It's okay. 2-0. Josh is confident. I'm a little confident. But even though I probably shouldn't be, just given how, Dortmund have been this season, I just think that we're going to come out here today. We're obviously at home, which, again, we've been smacked at home a couple times. But I just feel after the last result, this will be one where hopefully Dortmund can kind of find a stroll. Try to find at least some type of consistency, which is something that we've been asking for all season that we've never been able to find. But I do think they're going to take this match seriously. I really do. This entire campaign. I mean, we just took on Union Berlin away from home. A lot of negativity going into that match, including myself. I didn't think we'd pull off a 3-0 win. So we have a touch of confidence. British Empire as well says 4-1. We also kept a clean sheet, so no Reina in the starting 11. Not impressed. Is Gio on the bench? Let's take a look. On the bench, we got Giovanni Reina right there. We got Renier, Tigges, Hazard, Mukuku, Paslak, Prangacic, Schultz. So after that doesn't really matter. And our two backup keepers. But from the bench, I mean, Mukuku, Hazard, more than likely Tigges and Gio will probably come on. Maybe Schultz as well. Taking a look over at Rangers side today, there are a couple players to highlight. Kent, Jack, Morales up front. They have a decent team. They line up in their usual 4-2-3-1 system. Hey, Josh. To be honest, I don't know what caliber the Rangers have. Are they good? Do they have a realistic chance against us? Yes, they have a realistic chance against us. Rangers are a strong squad. They're them and Celtic are dominant in the Scottish League. They score for fun. They've had a managerial change, as you guys probably know. Stevie G went over to Aston Villa, which allowed Giovanni Bronckhorst to come in. He's done a relatively good job. It seemed like he was sliding in with ease. Just Celtic are on a roll, and they've leapfrogged them, I think, by a point in the Scottish League. But they're a strong team, and they could absolutely win these two legs. There's no question about it. It's just whether Dortmund can play their game. If Dortmund are playing the way that they do against Union Berlin, we can win this match. If they play the way that they did against Leverkusen, we will lose this match. We need Gio back. He's on the bench, my man. Hot take, but let's smash Rangers 5-0 and end this game right now. Gio's on the bench. We got 2-1 prediction. Aronson better than Adeyemi. I don't know. Josh, stadiums will be full from March 20th. How we feeling about that? Great. The sooner stuff can go back to normal, the better, in my opinion. FIFA 20 legend Kent. Yeah, I agree. Bellingham goes for 100, 110 mil. Then they need another center mid. I hope Bellingham doesn't leave anytime soon. Got a Rangers fan in here. It's Kim. We're simply the best. Napoli-Barcelona is going to be interesting. It is. I'm actually a little pissed that they put the games at the exact same time. Like, out of all the games that they could have had playing at that time, why would they put the two better games at the exact same time? It's annoying, but whatever. I'm watching on DAZN, so the goals will come up. So they'll just say, hey, goal from Barca. So if something happens there, I'm going to switch over. But we look like we're pretty much good to go, guys. We were playing a 4-3-3, right? It shows it as a 4-2-3-1. I would say probably 4-3-3 or 4-3-2-1. We have the three midfielders. Witzel would play as the 6, Dahoud, Bellingham, the 2 8s. And then you have Brandt, Royce as your two either cams or wings, depending how inverted they play. And then up front, you have Daniel Malen. But guys, we are underway. Kickoff has just happened. If you guys are with us, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub, and get your final predictions in as they're redoing the kickoff. And I'm not really sure why. Oh, they're going down for a knee. That is why. They missed the knee. All right, let's remove this guy. I'm watching. I think Barca will win 3-1. That one will be a good match. Trying to make this look nice for you guys. I blew it. All right. Hopefully that's good enough for you guys. Got the score. Ha, lovely. But that is well ahead of me. I'm at 45 seconds. I'm not sure what you guys are at, but I'm at 45 seconds. So but we're underway. This is the match I've been pretty excited for some time now. Get him hard, Josh. Yeah. Probably should have. I'm at a minute 10 now. I'm at a minute 10. What's going on, friends? Angie's tuned in. Good morning. Today is our 1000th. Great, Josh. Home game at the Temple. Hopefully it'll bring some good luck. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Yeah, it seems like a lot of you guys are similar times to what I'm at. What does that say? 1:30. So not even enough. Commentator says it's the biggest game for Rangers for a decade. I'm pumped. I think it's going to be a good one. And we're getting on the right note, considering that we obviously lost badly against Leverkusen, and then we followed it up with an actual bounce back match, something that we wanted to see. It's good. But yeah, hopefully Daniel Malen will have a game. Let me know what you guys think in terms of who is going to score today. I think we had someone comment earlier that they got a little love going for Daniel Malen. I'm feeling it too. I think Malen's going to be a little cheeky and find a way to score today. He had a decent return on goals in terms of Champions League. Now we're in the Europa League. We're in the knockout stage. Angie, it's not a temple. It's a fortress. Oh, is it ever? Is it ever? I hope Dortmund win. I don't like... Oh, God. Okay, well, I'm not sure what Rangers did to be... Is it the fans? I know what Zenit does. But I don't know if you want to elaborate on that. Because, obviously Zenit had that famous line of saying that they're a traditional club and they didn't like when they signed players of color, which was, huge red flag. Made me like Zenit a lot less. But Zenit has a lot of black footballers. Like, they have a lot of Brazilians. They've always had a lot of Brazilians. So, pretty horrible words there. I'm not sure what your hatred with Lazio and Rangers are, but I don't know. I will be optimistic and say 3-1 for BVB. I said 2-0. I said 2-0 was my prediction. Rangers are Scottish Liverpool for me. Where are you from? I am Canadian, my man. I see the British flag. This is the game made for Daniel Malen. I agree. What time are you on, Josh? I am at 3 minutes and 45 seconds. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Now, I'm watching it on DAZN Canada, so I should be as up to date as I possibly can be. So it is. Hopefully you guys are similar, but boo Zenit. Yeah, no, I thought that was really surprising. The Ultras said that. I think it was only a year or so ago. And it blew me away because they've had a lot of really good Brazilian footballers over the years and created a lot of success for them. It's a poor ball. Temple of conceding easy goals. Yeah. In Germany, we call it a temple. Everyone knows what it is. Hello, Josh. Hello, chat. We have won a trophy in the last 4 years. We did. Rangers are basically the same as Zenit until the 90s. They didn't sign Catholics and they don't like immigrants. Every single game, the fans are singing Billy Boys. Oh. Well, I did not know that. Makes me look at Rangers a little differently. Are you a Celtic guy then, my man? Kingston's tuning in. Says very sloppy passes in the attack so far. As that's a dreadful cross. Actually, better than that. Was a nice touch by Kent, actually, but it falls to Gregor Kobel with the questionable kits that Dortmund have on today. Hulk, Witsel. Yeah, our boy Witsel was there. Lazio have not as bad as Rangers and Zenit, to be fair. They have a good TikTok as well. Kevin says, hey, Josh, it's the dude who floods your DMs on Instagram. Kevin, how you doing, my man? No problem whatsoever. I don't use Instagram that much, but I try to answer people who message me, so hopefully I've done an okay job there, my man. Fact checker says Dortmund is finished. Now. This could be some European success for us this season. Nice ball, finds Brandt. That's a terrible touch. But they need to get a result at home. And let me know what you guys think about the away goal change, because that's a very interesting topic for me. The fact that they changed this rule, basically. I think it will definitely change the way that certain teams line up. Because obviously when you're playing here, I mean, ideally Dortmund wouldn't have wanted to concede. And if Rangers were able to score, they'd basically count as 2. So I think the fact that they've eliminated away goals is awesome. I was never a big fan of it. It did make it very interesting, and it really, in my opinion, changed the way that teams would set up depending on the results. But now the fact that it's gone, I don't know. I feel like it'll lead to a little bit more attacking, if that makes any sense. Instead of sitting back, not trying to give away that away goal. But that was poor from Brandt, yeah. Do you think the title race is over? I mean, I said it's been over for a while. We are only 6 points behind, but I haven't seen enough from Dortmund to convince me that, hey, they're going to push on, they're going to find a winning streak, and they're going to see Bayern lose another 3. Now, Bayern have not been good this season. Injuries have kind of messed with them a little bit. They just played a game with 3 center backs, and they have wingers playing as wing backs. They don't look the same Bayern, but I still think that because we're having a very inconsistent season as well, I find it hard. So it's definitely not over. It's only 6 points. But we need to see Bayern lose or drop 2 losses and a draw for us to be able to capitalize. So I'm not holding my breath, but we'll see. Just this is a one season where I think Bayern is hurting a little bit. I know I'm not a Celtic fan. I don't mind them. I like that they founded a charity and fed 4 people, but I don't like teams will have to go for it more. Interesting to see Zagadou plays today. Away goal rule is nice. That was poor from Brandt. I'm fine with away goals gone. I am too. A lot of people I thought were going to be pretty upset with that. Bayern was horrible yesterday. Well, they lost to Bochum 4-2. And then they were pretty mediocre yesterday against Salzburg. And big credit to Salzburg. It was a Sula versus Adeyemi battle, let's be honest, guys. That's what it was. And Adeyemi looked good. And, we'll get a better Sula. We'll give Sula a lot of love. And he'll come back. But Josh, what did you think about the Salzburg versus Bayern result yesterday? I thought it was I shouldn't say surprising, because again, they're not looking great. I mean, they just lost to Bochum 4-2. And that was a big eye-opener for, I think, a lot of us in the Bundesliga. However, the Champions League is a different animal. It's a competition that probably matters the most to Bayern right now. And they got a result. The away goal means nothing, so it's 1-1 going into the second leg, but they don't look good, man. Their system looks hilarious. They're playing with basically 5 attackers. They have 2 wingers playing as wingbacks, Gnabry and Coleman. They have Muller and Sané up as kind of floating cams. Lewandowski playing very, very deep. It just looked awkward. Here comes a good opportunity for the Rain. Oh, that's a big save by Gregor Kobel. Rangers with a huge opportunity there. Ripping up our back line. That was a good ball from Kent. And that was a good save from Gregor Kobel. 100% agree with the title race. If Leipzig, Leverkusen was behind 6 points and second, we'd have a title race. 6 points. Dortmund need to keep winning, and Bayern will eventually slip up. Yeah, again, anything can happen. It's not like Dortmund's been the most consistent this season. Bayern have had a dreadful season by their standards, but we're such an inconsistent team. But it's only 6 points. That's the one. This vibe reminds me of Peter Stoker. Oh, that was a dreadful Europa League campaign. But that's when we saw Schürrle, Götze, and Royce together. There was a poor ball there from Mats Hummels. Some Rangers fans going crazy. If you guys are just tuning in to know, guys, we are 10 minutes in. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. Say hello in the chat. Joshua was tuned in and says, is Gio playing? He's not. He's on the bench, though. So hopefully we see him go up against his dad's former team. Battle of the generations of Reynas. I just feel uncomfortable watching us play out from the back. We got lucky there from Akanji, but just looks so uncomfortable. It's a foul given right there and a free kick coming up for Rangers. How did he get easily and shoot from there? Poor defending. It was poor defending. Bayern are vulnerable this season. If you wonder why I have shit spelling, it's because I have dyslexia. Okay. I don't want to jinx it, but I never thought Nagelsmann was as good as people hyped him up to be. No, I don't think. I mean, Nagelsmann is not as good as a manager as Hansi Flick. I think Nagelsmann's a good manager. I think he's doing a little below average average for Bayern. But they've had their own issues. It's not all on Nagelsmann. He wants to play his kind of way. Upamecano has been terrible this season for them. That's a poor ball. Nicely intercepted from Dahoud. Rangers are pressing very well today. They're putting a lot of pressure on Dortmund, which makes me very nervous because under that kind of pressure, Dortmund like to shoot themselves in the foot and turn over the ball. So the high press from Rangers is something to keep an eye on. Because this back line with the ball at their feet, besides maybe Hummels, makes me a little bit nervous. And even Hummels sometimes, he's already giving the ball away. Have you thought about getting some new emotes, Josh? No, but I'll mention that to Producer T and see what we can do about that. It's been a while. Oh, that's a good ball. It's a really good ball. But Bellingham can't get there. Well defended. Dortmund should win the Scottish League is a little underrated, I think. Dortmund should win, but the Scottish. I thought you said Dortmund should win the Scottish League. I was like, if you put us in the Scottish League, I think we'd be heavy favorites. But yeah, I mean, in the Scottish League, it's a league I keep an eye on a lot. But saying that, I mean, it's really, there's two teams. It's Celtic, it's Rangers, and last year Celtic were poor. This year that they've played a lot better. That's really well done there. Definitely a foul. I can't believe our performance. We are trash. I can't believe I support Dortmund. Oh my God. We deserve to be relegated to the lowest level. Just, not the attitude you want to have, my man. Now, I wouldn't quite say it like that. Now, we had a really, really strong and professional performance against Union Berlin, but we followed it up. I mean, the week before, it was Leverkusen, and it was embarrassing. Yeah, says it's not underrated. Yeah, I don't think the entire league. Yeah, there's a lot of teams in that league that aren't great. Here comes Guerrero, leaves it for Brandt, takes it short to Royce. Yeah, let's look for Guerrero back post. One of the shortest guys on the pitch. But I think he wins a corner. He does. Hearts, Aberdeen, Celtic, Rangers should just join the Premier League. I wouldn't go that far, man. If they want to join the the English pyramid, I think they should probably start off in either probably the Championship. Maybe put Rangers and Celtic are the only two that could, I think, compete. There's Zagadou, who has an absolutely open header. Oh, big man. I don't know how you missed that. He was completely unguarded. Oh, man. Terrible marking. That's a terrible finish. Oh, Zagadou. Look at Rosa. He's like, are you kidding me? Get the guy off. That was atrocious. Oh my. That was poor marking, man. No one was on Zagadou, period. Whew. Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen, Hearts, Hibs are the top 5. I think they are all EPL standard. I remember Hearts draw with Liverpool, Aberdeen drew against Burnley in recent years. Their teams right now will get smacked in the Premier League. The only two that, in my opinion, that could go directly in the Premier League would be Rangers and Celtic. The other two are championship clubs at best. And I don't even know how well they would do there. Now, if they had the money, that's what I meant. Like, if you're going to move them over, I think you can move Rangers and Celtic immediately to the Prem, even though I don't know how you would go about doing that. That's very difficult. The other three would have to start out in the championship. I don't think they have what it takes to go up to the Premier League, but if they get promoted on their own and they get a bunch of money coming in, then maybe. But yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't know what you would do, because I don't think Celtic and Rangers would want to start out in like League One or the Championship, but I don't know. Barca is dominating Napoli, but it's still 0-0. Zagadou put that one in. But foul. And you wonder why I say Zag out. Yeah, that was poor. I say Zag out because of his defending. I'm not that worried about him missing chances like that. Oh, it was a Kanji who scored that anyways. But only Rangers and Celtic would survive a 38-game season. I agree with that 100%. Other three would absolutely not. To be fair, other positions than the top two are free for all. Expand the Premier League. It's the only way. I feel like they wanted to. I don't think they're ever going to expand the Premier League along 20 teams. I think if anything, there'd be a chance that they would demote teams, reduce a league to 18. There's been a lot of rumors that I think Liga was going to get dropped down to 18. Serie A had those rumors as well. I'm not really sure why those rumors are coming up, but I'd see the Premier League going down rather than up. Other than Celtic and Rangers, the Scottish League is worse than the MLS. Yeah. I mean, Hibs and Aberdeen, Hearts would beat most. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say. I agree. Like, I don't rate the rest of the league that much. I don't. I think those other three would struggle in the championship in England. I don't think any of them would be heavy promotion favorites by any stretch. I think Rangers and Celtic are a big step in quality around the rest of the league, and they could probably, if they went to the Premier League, obviously they would get a huge budget. They're a big team. They would completely change the entire complexion of the club. League will drop to 18. Josh, I didn't get a chance to speak with you during the last World Cup qualifiers as you were on your cruise, but what a good set of performances Canada had, especially over the US. Yeah, I was excited being on a cruise, chilling in Honduras. It was a good window for being a Canadian right now. It's a nice ball over to Akanji. Why are we playing Fabraball? Not a lot of fluidity to this game so far. They look very stale. We need to find someone to be able to create here. To be fair, that was gross from Drew. But to be fair, I think Mullins looked pretty energetic today. He's been doing a lot of running, trying to create things. But yeah, all in all, this is a lot of. This is just a lot of poor mistimed passes today. This is Stoker ball, not Faber ball. I think they are going to on about the British Super League and it collapsed so quickly. How do you think Austria clubs will do in the Bundesliga? I think the only one that would probably maybe survive, the only one that would survive relegation would probably be Salzburg, and they'd probably be towards the Europa League spots. Other than that, again, there's a huge gap of quality between Salzburg and every other club in that league. Is Mullen even playing? I've noticed Mullen in this game so far. I mean, he's not obviously dropping back and being like the playmaker, but he's had a few runs. He's had a few good touches. He's trying to create something. We got Witzel on the ball. Faber footy has been the... I got Stoger and Faber ball is what we're saying today. See what we can do here. Rapid Vienna has won the German championship, you know. Yeah, but their club in current state is average at best. Oh, Brandt. Kind of sums up what today looks like. What do you think about the score and what will be in the first and second leg? I said 2-0 today. We're 20 minutes in. We don't look great. Brandt, as Tyler just said, Brandt is so bad today, and he just did that atrocious ball. I'm getting a little bit worried. It depends if Dortmund can find their feet. If they can find their feet a little bit here, yeah. I don't know, but it hasn't been a very appealing opening 20. And then I don't know, I'd say probably 1-0. 3-0 on aggregate for Dortmund going through. Probably a little much on my part. Canada will definitely make it to Qatar now, no doubt. Your first win over the US in 37 years. Shocking to all Americans, tend to describe Canadians as frozen cousins of the North. Yeah, times are changing. It felt good. MLS is better than the Austrian league. Dave, all about the US or the USA, but the MLS today. I definitely think some of the teams would give them a go. But I think there's some Austrian teams that would beat MLS teams. I think there's some MLS teams that would beat Austrian teams, but it's an interesting debate. MLS isn't better than top 4 Austrian teams. Otherwise, maybe overall, Salzburg is pretty good. Yeah, Salzburg, in my opinion, would be the best out of those two leagues. Daniel Mullen trying to find a little bit of speed. Most of MLS isn't great. Yeah, that is the thing. There is no stakes at MLS. It's a fun debate to have, but there's no risk. You can be dog crap for a few years and then give it time, knowing that there's no threat of relegation. Your money's not on the line. Maybe the fans will be a little less interested when you're not doing good, but you can always turn it around. But yeah, it's very, very different complexion when you're talking about the MLS versus European sides. That's why it's hard to debate, because MLS usually has a bit of unbalanced teams. They have like 2 or 3 players that are their DPs, that are their best players, and then the rest are usually worse. As a British, I am hoping that Glasgow Rangers get through this tie. I like BBB and would support them against non-British teams. It's fair. Dortmund has better attackers, then why is Rangers had the better opportunities? Rangers have a game plan. That's a good ball there. Rangers have a game plan, and they're capitalizing on it. Dortmund has not created a bunch. They just had a nice little opportunity there. It's going to go out for a corner. Josh is American, so we'll underestimate Europe. I am a Canadian, Yash. And I definitely don't underestimate Europe. I just said, like, MLS teams, there's a couple of them that I think will beat teams in the... I don't think the worst teams in the Austrian league are going to beat the best teams in Major League Soccer. But I don't think Salzburg... I think Salzburg would be a favorite against any team in the MLS. And, like, Rangers and Celtic would pump most MLS teams, all MLS teams. I just meant that the league's a little unbalanced, in my opinion. Salzburg is significantly better than every other side in the Austrian Bundesliga. Rangers and Celtic, same goes for in Scotland. But yeah, the MLS clubs are interesting, like I said, because it's a very unbalanced team because it's just the way that it is. True, it's a farmers league. The league is unbalanced, not actually an easy to win. MLS is just 12 teams, right? No, there's 26 teams. 26 teams in the MLS. Someone fact check me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm not trying to talk up the MLS because the league. You didn't say the league itself. We were talking about teams, and my point was that it's just an unbalanced league. I'm not saying the MLS is a better league than Austria or Scotland, because I don't think it is. But the Bundesliga might have a playoff. Bundesliga playoff. What do you guys think about that? Just put yes or no in the comments. Would you guys like to see a Bundesliga playoff? From what I understand, top 4 teams at the end of the season will then play a semis, final, and that will decide who wins the Bundesliga title. I don't know what I think about it, because I don't like big changes like that. Because what if Dortmund had like a Lille season last year? Because Dortmund are underachievers, and then they win the league after the 34 games, and we're all excited. And then now there's a semifinals, and we lose the semifinals, or we lose the finals to Bayern. Because I bet you if there was a playoff in Ligue 1, Lille probably wouldn't have pulled off a victory head-to-head against PSG. But so I don't know. It seems like it could make the league better, but what if there's a fairy tale story that we've just ripped away? Remember when Stuttgart won the league? I mean, when we won it, it's been nice, but I just feel like the fairy tale stories have been going away. But at the same time, Bayern's won 10 in a row, or potentially will win 10 in a row this year. So I'm open to it. I'm a little wary about it as well. MLS has 28 clubs. Anyways, I know you're Canadian. A lot of you guys saying no. That's a good ball. Oh, Bellingham. Ah, Royce. Oh, boys. That was a good opportunity. That was a really good opportunity. Was it on? Yeah, I think it was. I think that was onside, but I don't know what happened with Royce, man. You just had to touch that. That should have been in the back of the net. That should have been 1-0 Dortmund. But let's see what you guys are saying. No, L, yes, no, no playoff, no, that's crazy, no. All right, so you guys are saying absolutely not, and I think I'd probably be more on your side. That kills the whole point of having a year-round league. Makes no sense. I agree. I wouldn't like it. Is that Paul Lambert? I bet you Paul Lambert's at this game. Champions League ruined football, I think. Letting 4 teams from the rich leagues has damaged big clubs from small countries. I don't know about that. You have to have some type of competition to prove who's the best in Europe, and that's the Champions League. I don't think yeah. The reason like Rangers and Celtic will never hit the heights of competing in the Champions League is because the interest from players just isn't there. Why would you want to go, if you're one of the best players in the world, why would you want to go, with no disrespect to Rangers or Celtic, even though they're massive clubs? And I think if they played in the Premier League, the opportunity to go to one of these clubs would be through the roof. You see players leave these clubs all the time for the Premier League, for relegation-bound sides in the Premier League. It's just the way that it is. The money is in the Premier League. The best players are in the Premier League or La Liga or wherever else. But it's an interesting one. But I bet you any money, if you had Celtic and Rangers in the Premier League, they would be very, very desirable clubs. They would have an F-load more money. And I think they could potentially become big hitters in the Premier League. It's just because they play in a league where the quality is significantly lower, it's a little bit more difficult. But Dave comes in with a big donation, and I think he wants to put his point for the MLS. The MLS is better than Poland, Austria, Greece, Scotland, and other leagues. They are the champion in the qualifying spot for the Champions League. I would say that they are equal with the Russian league. Oh, Dave, that's a big statement. Let me know if you guys agree with Dave's statement here. It says the MLS is better than Poland, Austria, Greece, Scotland, and other leagues. They are only get their champions in the qualifying spot. I think he's saying some of the champions of the leagues would be better. I would say that they are equal with the Russian league. So, I mean, my opinion, because again, I'm from North America. I know what the MLS is all about. I agree that there's certain clubs, like Salzburg right off the top of my head, in my opinion, is a much better club. if I'm looking at Celtic and Rangers, they're a much better club than every club in the MLS. It's not even close. Olympiacos, I think, is superior than every single one. I think if you look at the league as its whole, there's a lot of drop-off from the best teams in that league. It's a really good debate. However, I think the Russian league is a very strong league. And I think there's a lot of good clubs throughout the league. So I think the Russian league is definitely superior to the MLS. This is my opinion. I think a lot of teams in those leagues that you listed are higher quality than MLS. But I think if you look at the league all around, every single team, I think if you put a couple mid-table teams against each other from the MLS and some of those leagues, except for Russia, because I think Russia is superior, I think you'd get a decent match. But it's a weird debate, again, just because of the way that MLS is structured. Like it is, but it's interesting. I don't know. Big statement there. Big statement. Josh, is it true that Niklas Süle of Bayern is on his way to Dortmund? If true, do you think that signing him as a replacement for Hummels? No, I think signing him as a replacement to Akanji. In my opinion, I think that Akanji, his deal comes. He's got the rest of this season and another year, so his deal comes to an end in 2023, and they want to re-sign him. And I don't think he wants to re-sign, so I think that they're looking to sell him this summer. That would be the way I would take it. I don't think Hummels is leaving. In my opinion, I think that they're going to sell Akanji in the summer to get a decent chunk of money for him, because I think you'll get probably 30 mil. And Süle will come in, play alongside Hummels. Maybe they'll go in for Schlotterbeck as well. Napoli goal. Napoli scored. Zielinski. Barca going out. FYI, Greek clubs have disappointed many top teams in the Europa League. But yeah, big shout out to Dave because a big donation on the channel. Appreciate the support, my man. And he put out a controversial topic there, and it is an interesting one. MLS versus some of the other leagues around Europe. How did Forge do yesterday? They lost 1-0 to Cruz Azul in the first leg at Tim Hortons Field. Rangers and Celtic are massive clubs regardless. They are massive clubs. And I absolutely do not mean to disrespect. And for full disclosure, Rangers could absolutely win this tie. That would have been a gross goal there from Marco Reus. I just meant, like, I couldn't imagine, and I think some of you guys would agree, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, let me know. I think if you put Rangers and Celtic in the Premier League, their teams could be contenders for the title, contenders for the Champions League, because I just think that they're desirable clubs to want to play in. I just think they lose out on some of the bigger names because they want to go to the Premier League. That was my only point. They are massive clubs. Both of them are massive clubs. They have rich histories. They're both exciting to watch. They're both going to be dominating the Scottish League for several years. And they both can compete and perform in Europe. So, and even if there's no MLS team, would be as good as Dynamo Zagreb. 2-2 in the Zenit game. Yeah, it's too unbalanced now. Smaller countries used to be able to compete with big countries. Teams like Ajax, Benfica, Red Star. Well, Ajax still competes, man. So Ajax is a good example. They pumped us. Ajax is a better team than Borussia Dortmund is. And that is not a debate. They smacked us this year, and it wasn't even close. And I think even if we were at full strength, they still would have won. They went to a semifinal, which should have probably went to that final. Ajax play in a very unbalanced league, but PSV do push them. Feyenoord is there as well. But they compete in Europe, man. So, I think Ajax is still up there for sure. Zenit, Lokomotiv, Cheska, all better than MLS clubs. I agree with that. Coming from a BVB fan, I think that the playoff would be unfair to Bayern. The other teams need to try to do better, not to sound dismissive than the other. Yeah, spend more then. Find a way to compete with Bayern if that's what you really want to do. You can't blame Bayern for winning. Celtic won the 1967 European Cup with 11 Scottish players. Rich history. Barca is so bad. A lot of comments coming in from you guys. Trying to keep up. I think Dave spurred a little debate there. Whoop. Celtic and Rangers would be around 7th and 8th in the Premier League. I think that's fair. But like I said, I think going to the Premier League, they would be able to get better players. But there's a corner kick coming up for Rangers. See how our set piece defending is going to look like here. And it's decent. I'm not sure who got the head on that, but yeah, AZ had a good opportunity, and COVID took that away from them. That sucks because they gave the title to Ajax. Very, very unfair. Here comes Morales. Going to take a hit. Defended by Hummels pretty well. Akanji favorite to win the tackle. Hits it straight back at the opposition. Akanji has no pace to run back. My God. Akanji has pace, man. I disagree with that a little bit. Akanji's a very fast player. He constantly has, when they show the quickest sprint times, they constantly show, but they're checking for a penalty. What the fudge? I don't even remember seeing a penalty. Oh, is that Zagadou? What a surprise. And there's a penalty. Dan Axel Zagadou doing what he does best. Shooting us in the foot. What are your hands doing up there, man? Like, it's so bad. It's such bad defending. You have to have complete control of your freaking hands when you're doing something. When you're going up for a head, there's no reason your hand has to be up there. It's just sloppy defending. And Zagadou gives away a penalty. Rangers with the opportunity to go 1-0 up. Now, the away goal. So this would have really, really hurt if the away goal was still in, but even if it's in, it's still only a 1-goal game. Away goals are not a thing. It's weird to think about, but penalty for Rangers. What can Gregor Kobel do? I can't remember the last time a Dortmund keeper has made a penalty save. Is this going to be the opportunity? Or is Dan Axel Zagadou going to put us 1-0 down? And Gino. 1-0 Rangers. Zagadou. Oh, Zagadou. He's a walking mistake. It's all Zagadou is. It's all Zagadou will ever be. He's simply a walking mistake. He had a good outing against Union Berlin. You can't take that away from him. But he does this kind of stuff all the time. But Kingston makes a fair point too. He said he can't blame Zag. I disagree with that. You can absolutely blame Zagadou. That is his fault that went in the back of the net. But there is no urgency from the entire team. They've looked pretty poor this entire match so far. The goal was coming, whether it was given away from a mistake or not, it was coming. But the fact is that it came from a mistake. It came from Zagadou. And the man just likes to allow the opponents to concede, to score goals, man. It's actually hilarious. I would love to see us sell him. I've been saying this for a while. Because he's just, I don't know, man. It's not meant to be at Dortmund. I think the injuries were the biggest thing that worries me. But injuries aside, he makes too many mistakes. And the biggest issue with Dortmund is that their back line loves to concede. They're not very good at simply defending. And when they basically shoot themselves in the foot, it makes it even harder. But I think, like I said, I think there's going to be a huge overhaul next season for Dortmund. You guys know that. We can't sell Zagadou. His contract is up in the summer. Let him walk. Yeah, I agree. Let him walk. I don't think they're going to let him walk, though. I think they're going to re-sign him, maybe keep him for another year, and then they're going to try to get some money from him. I think they see Zagadou too valuable to let him walk. I personally would let him walk. But he is young, and there is still a footballer in there. He's had moments, but in my opinion, and again, guys, There's a lot of Dortmund fans in this chat. Let me know if you guys agree. I don't have good memories of Zagadou. Zagadou, like I said, he's a walking mistake. Every single game, it seems like he pretty much gives up on a mistake. He's very, very inconsistent. And it started back. Picture our champions, well, no, our Bundesliga, that title race. And there's another opportunity, and that's 2-0 for Rangers. Jesus. Oh, man. Wow. Sitting here bitching about Zagadou, and I bitch it right until they make it 2-0. Oh. Set piece. Good delivery. Flick on header. No marking back post. Brandt watches Morales touch it into an empty net. Emotional damage. Bro, we have no good defenders. Singling one out makes no sense. Well, in my defense, Zagadou's been the worst. But yes, I've said it like 5 times. Our entire back line needs to be shifted. Sell every single one. I love Guerrero. You guys know that. But the man needs to play in a back 3 system. You know where Guerrero would shine? Inter Milan. If he went to Inter within Inzaghi's setup at that left wing back role, now I know they just picked up Gozin, so it doesn't make much sense, but that's the kind of role he needs to play in. But there needs to be so much work to be done on this back line. Rangers deserve this 2-0 league. It's a 2-0 lead. Like, they deserve it, man. They've been outplaying Dortmund from start to finish so far. I knew it. We couldn't even beat St. Pauli. How on earth do we expect to beat the best Scottish team? The players are thinking that Europa League is beneath them. The whole team's a joke. Well, the positive is that they kept a clean sheet for 37 minutes. No way we turn this around in Glasgow. No, man. It's tough to say, but you're down 2-0 in the first half at home against what is supposed to be your fortress, your temple, whatever you want to call it. This is terrible. You got a little image there of, I think, Tigges, Makuku, and Gio warming up. But there's no motivation. I mean, as a fan, man, I would love to see them win this competition. I know it's not the Champions League, but it's European silverware. We don't and aren't competing for anything else. And we just lost the ticker, and I'm not really sure why. I'll fix it. You guys got to look at my face for a couple seconds. That was an easy fix. I'm not sure why I was doing that. All right. She's fixed. 2-0 Rangers. Oh, man. Little kick and run kind of ball. You guys need... How long are we going to defend Rosa? Honestly, Favre's seasons were far better. It is, it is pretty bad. Josh, get in that locker room and give them some speeches. I don't know what you're going to tell this team. They're just so inconsistent. Like, that Union Berlin performance was beautiful. Going to Union Berlin is a very difficult match. That was an impressive 3-0 result. But again, the match before that, we lost 5-2 at home. And now in the Europa League, the only chance, in my opinion, to get silverware, because like I've said, we're not winning the Bundesliga. Apart from some miraculous turn of form for us and terrible form for Bayern, we're not winning the Bundesliga. Oh, Akanji, let's just block our own shot. I don't know, man. I'm a little speechless. I just expected a little bit more. We got knocked out of the Pokal against a Bundesliga 2 side. The Bundesliga looked very unrealistic, just given the fact that, we're Dortmund. I thought the Europa League could have been a really good opportunity, but Rangers have shown up today. They've been the better team. They have a 2-0 lead away from home. And Dortmund could be crashing out of the round of 32 in the Europa League. Oh, man. No European trophy is a weak trophy when you are beating a team like Bayern. Look at the speed of Hummels. Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot needs to be done with this Dortmund team. This has been a really frustrating season for every Dortmund fan. The type of performance we've been putting in the league have sucked. Getting knocked out of the cup very early, our dreadful Champions League campaign. We're in a bad spot right now, man. And I think a lot of it just comes that Marco Rosa, whether you want to put some of the blame on him, you can. But he just isn't able to play the game he wants. And this back four needs to be changed. I would personally sell all four of them. I think I would. You'd get a lot of money. You're getting Sewell in. I think that's a step in the right direction. Bring in Schlotterbeck. Find in a proper right back. Put in a proper left back. This just needs so much reconstruction. And it's so frustrating. But that's it, guys. We are at halftime. We're going to go to the comments. If you guys are still with us for some reason, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Drop a sub as well if you guys are new around here, as we are down 2-0 against Rangers at home. What the F? Does Borussia usually this bad? Is Borussia usually this bad? This season, yes. Borussia Dortmund has been very, very poor this season. This isn't overly surprising, but again, they just came off a pretty good result against Union Berlin. I thought this was a competition they were going to want to take pretty seriously. The tactics were just atrocious. Giovanni Brandt has got their boys coming up to play. And we absolutely are not. How long is Rosa going to be protected? I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, I don't know if I want to put the entire blame on him. I think that this team in itself just wasn't constructed properly. Given the expectations, us fans have bigger expectations for Dortmund than what we're currently seeing. And in my opinion, a lot of it happens from the back four. The back four is just not built properly. Marco Rosa trying to implement his style with his back four is the reason it's so inconsistent, because it's just not a mesh. At this point, Balcom's better than BBB. The people that are attacking Rosa, can you please look at our attack? I'm not taking any blame away from Rosa. I think everyone deserves some. Rosa's not scot-free, man. Like, you can say, okay, I've been saying a lot, this squad isn't built for Marco Rosa. I get that. But guess what, Marco Rosa? You're the manager. It's your job to make it work. Switch up your system. Quit being so effing stubborn. This team, in my opinion, was built for back three, and I've explained it 25 times. So it is what it is. If he doesn't want to play back three, he wants to put this atrocious back four together week in, week out, then expect a lot of the same. Especially when the attack's not going. Because if the attack's going, that's one thing. But if the attack isn't going, then this back four is just going to concede. The tactics, yeah, they weren't there. Man United equals Dortmund. Like watching Man United in yellow for me. Yeah. Yeah, I got to say, this is not a surprise. You get away with bad stuff against lower Bundesliga teams, but against European opposition, you'll get punished. Fair. Well said. Alex says, any part of this team good? Let's be honest, our attack isn't even that good or scary to play against besides Holland. Yeah, I mean, I know this season has been tough too with injuries, COVID, blah, 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 but again, it's just crying and throwing up. This is something else, man. Nice game. See how underrated famous Rangers are yet? Look at squad cost. I said right from the beginning, you guys said, can Rangers win this game? I said yes. Now, I'm a Dortmund fan, so I was hoping the answer was going to be no. But the Rangers are a good team. There's no debating that. And if you look at the history of what Dortmund has done in Europe recently, they've crashed out in the Europa League not that long ago. And this is a very similar feel. And a lot of Dortmund fans out there will remember that. When we crashed out, it was against It was against Salzburg, was it not? Pretty sure it was Salzburg. It was Salzburg we crashed out against, and we just looked terrible. Rangers, again, credit to them. I don't mean to take anything away from what they're doing. They came out here with a game plan, and they're living right up to it. The Dortmund are just all over the place, man. Zagadou and Rangers versus BBB. Oh, man. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know what we're going to do to turn this thing around. If you're looking to the bench, why not bring on Gio? Why not bring on Hazard? We got to do something here. Again, I would try to switch up to a back three. I would try to use his team to his advantages. Play Hummels as a central center back. It's where he's most comfortable. He'll have protection from his sides. I would remove Zagadou, but regardless, then play Kanji there. This is what I would do. If we're going in the second half, I'd switch to a back three. Hummels is the central center back, a Kanji on the outside right, Zagadou on the outside left. A little bit more protection, allows Guerrero to go up the pitch a little bit more. Bring on Hazard, have him play on the right. Now you have a right wing back in Thorgan Hazard who can create some chances. You have Guerrero playing where he's comfortable. Bring off Witsel. He's been absolutely useless. Have Bellingham and De Hoot as your two center mids. And then you have Royce, Brandt, Mullen as your front three. That's what I would do. Or maybe bring off one of Brandt or Royce because, again, bring off Brandt. He's been terrible. And bring on Gio. Give Gio a shot. Maybe he'll bring on something because it was his dad's team. I don't know, man. But this was just difficult to watch. Marco Rosa just does not want to change what he does. He doesn't want to. This team isn't built to play a 4-2-3-1, a 4-3-3. It's not. The back four is not built like that. Dortmund are not weak. Give Rangers some credit. They're still a very good, talented team. Yes, guys, sorry. And I'm trying to make this very, very apparent. I am not taking anything away from Rangers. They deserve their lead. I'm speaking from the Dortmund perspective. So I'm speaking as to what I think that they should do and what they are doing poorly. Rangers had a game plan, and they are nailing it. If I was a Rangers fan right now, I'd be very proud. I'm not. I'm a Dortmund fan. And I'm just analyzing this team's performance from that side compared to Rangers. If I was a Rangers fan right now, I'd be laughing. I'd be like, we did everything we needed to do to be able to get a result, and we're completely living up to it. But I'm looking at the other side, so you're going to hear a lot of bitching because this is just a atrocious performance that happens almost week in, week out. And it's simply because this team wasn't constructed properly. And I'm starting to put a little bit of the blame on Marco Rosa. I was saying mostly that it was because it really was. A lot of it was the players. The players weren't just, they were just abysmal. But Marco Rosa needs to take a little bit of responsibility, man. If you realize that your system is not working, switch it up. And it's a completely obvious to me. I don't know if you guys agree with what I said, but there's a clear system in place that will use these players to what they're good at. And right here, I think we got one. Back five with Hummels in the middle. So you're talking about next year. But even in this game, Hummels needs to play in a back three almost. And yes, Sewell and Schlotterbeck would be nice right now, but we don't have them. We have a Kanji, we have Zagadou. Put Guerrero at left wing back, and then put Hazard because we need some goals. And Zagadou's just being Zagadou, man. In hindsight, we should have kept Terzic because something was working there. All of Europe is supporting BVB tonight, and they let us down. You think all of Europe was supporting us? This just shows how Dortmund are Holland FC. They're very reliant on their big man. I'm not taking that away, but yeah, I mean, big shout out to Rangers and Rangers supporters who are in the chat. You guys deserve this lead. You did your homework. You knew exactly where to hurt us, and you're doing it. But man, this is shocking, man. I agree. Adrian, how you doing, my man? What's happened? Same old. I mean, the players out there just look like they're uninterested. So a couple people in the chat were saying the Europa League's beneath them, which I don't know if that's the reason why they're performing the way that they are, but they just look lost out there. The tactics aren't there. And a lot of it, in my opinion, does go down to the fact that these players are really playing out of position. There's no game plan. There's no game management. Marco Rosa needs to take a little bit of control over this, and the players need to have a wake-up call. On top of the fact, because they're so vulnerable, they do individual mistakes. And Zagadou, just a bad penalty to give away, and then shocking set-piece defending. We're 2-0 down, and Rangers are doing everything right. 3-4-2-1, bring Hazard on for Witsel. I agree, 100%. Dominant ball halter. It's a good Greg performance today. This is what it is. A good Greg performance. Do we have the stats advantage? Yes, we do. We have 62% of the ball. This is a good Greg performance. Tact, I agree. Brandt is the legit of Dortmund. So many back passes. Fabra was immense. Give Bayern a run for their money. Made it to the quarters of the Champions League and almost beat PSG. Rosa is so stuck. I agree with that. I agree. I don't know what the game plan is going to be because this has been a really bad season so far. I don't know how patient they're going to be with Marco Rosa. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger after this performance or if they get knocked out. Because if there's nothing here, there's nothing to play for this season. Just finish top 4 and beg you get Champions League money. I never believed in Rosa, even with all the injuries. Rosa is the guy to inspire the players, give them life back, and have backups. I would have liked to have Terzic stay on because he got this team playing a way that I was proud of. But then because Rosa came in, I thought it was a bit of a fit, and I was just wrong. Came to say hello to my pal Josh, not because they're losing. Yeah. Adrian wants to see how I'm reacting. Rangers still have got some talented stars to come off the bench. Aaron Ramsey and Dalio, yes. Couple January transfer pickups for them. The players play with no accountability. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit of everything. I can't put this completely all on the players. I can't put it completely all on Marco Rosa. I think it's a mixture of both. A lack of motivation from the players and Marco Rosa just not being able to adapt. Dortmund won't sack Rosa, and if they do, if they sack Marco Rosa, in my opinion, which I don't think they're going to do, but if they do, they will probably just give the job back to Edin Terzic. Still a part of Dortmund. He'll just step into this role and pick up where he left off. A lot of comparisons to Dortmund and the U.S. men's national team here. Zagadou wasn't bad, to be honest. I don't know, man. He gave away... Again, I was very patient with Zagadou at the beginning of his career because he was very young, and you need to kind of find your way as a center back. Now, I personally think that injuries took a toll on his development, but man... he is a walking mistake, and he's been a walking mistake since day one. Picture back to when we were competing for the Bundesliga title, and we were taking on Bayern, and he just completely, without looking, passed the ball to Robert Lewandowski to score a goal. Picture the Leverkusen game, where he just turned and said, oh, here you go, and gave it away to start the goal off. Picture jumping up and being completely unaware of where your body is and what you need to do to clear the ball and use your hands. This wasn't a good penalty to give away. He's a walking mistake. Now, did he make a lot of other mistakes that led to goals? No, but it's 2-0. But he has a mistake in him every single game, it seems. And it's the reason that when you're already a very vulnerable back line, when you have a player who is known for errors and gives away plenty of goals, it's just not a fit. He needs to move on and find a club where he'll have to be given a better opportunity and a fresh start. And we need to get him out of our back line because I crap my pants every time he's on. Zagadou was bad. I agree with that. But I've been saying this over and over and over again. I don't like shitting on our players. But our back line just wants to be crapped on. It just seems that way. You have an appealing background. Rangers were in the bottom tier not that long ago. Mad results. Hoping Morales goes for the hat trick. Yeah, producer T made that background. I think it looks sharp. And yeah, and I want to make sure it's very clear, guys, that I want to give a lot of respect to Rangers. I think that they're a good club. I'm Canadian, so I've always kept an eye on them because of Scott Arfield. So I do got some love for Rangers, and they deserve this tie. But like I said, you're just going to be hearing a lot of critical opinions on Dortmund. But Hazard needs to get on. I agree. I said what I would do. I'd go to the back three and allow Hazard running down the right, Guerrero down the left. But, I mean, if Marco Rosa doesn't switch anything, I think that's going to say a lot to where we're at right now. Niko Kovac, yeah. I can see Kovac taking over. I thought he was going to maybe take over Leverkusen. Giving Bayern a run for their money isn't a trophy. Can't say it better myself, man. Who do you think that will be the next BVB manager? I I think that I don't think they're gonna walk out on Marco Rosa. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how close they are, but I think they wanted to give Marco Rosa more time. I think that they're going to try to actually back the manager. I think this summer they're going to ask Marco Rosa, "Hey, how do you want to play? Do you want to play with wingers? Because we have no wingers. Do you want to play with fullbacks? Because we only have half a fullback. And if you do, let's get you what you want, and then give him a fair go. Because, like I said, looking at most starting 11s that Marco Rosa wants to play in this 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, you have a striker and Mullen playing on the wings. You have a Cam, Brandt, and Royce playing on the wings. You have 2 8s, DeHood and Bellingham, playing as 6s. They don't have a proper 6. You sold them. You have a wing back playing as a left back. You have Gio when he plays, who's a Cam playing on wings. It's just this team isn't built to play the way that Marco Rosa wants to, and he's too stubborn to just make it work with what he's got. And it's just been Josh, which manager would you want? I don't even know, because it has to be a German manager, or he has to be able to speak German. I mean, I would give Niko Kovac a chance. I don't know if you guys like that idea. I would maybe give Terzic an opportunity as well. I like what Niko Kovac did at Monaco. I think that he would do a better job than Marco Rosa. I know that a lot of Bayern fans are out there being like, "Yeah, Josh, why would you want Niko Kovac?" I don't know, man. I think that his style would be a little bit better for Dortmund than it was at Bayern. And like I said, I like what he did at Monaco. I think he got sacked and it was very unfair. Dave, it's a monster donation, my man. And Dave's not giving up on the debate earlier. That's a fat donation, Dave. Big shout out to you, my man. As the second half's getting back underway, and it is a double substitution, so we're going to get to the big donation from Dave soon. We'll just put it on the board. It's Witsel coming off for Gio. I like that. Okay. And it's Brandt coming off for Makuku. So that's a reaction. Kovac would butt heads with, yes, he would. Yes, he would. I agree with that. But all right, Dave wasn't done what he was saying. He put him a big fat donation here. Let's see what he has to say. The MLS has grown leaps and bounds since the beginning. If I was going to rank the MLS, I would put it somewhere between 10th and 15th in the world. Some of these lower European leagues have one good team. That's it. The rest are crap. So Dave likes the controversial, which, I mean, yeah, I won't even say my opinion on it. I'll leave it for the chat. But Dave, big shout out to you, man. 2 donations on the channel. This was a big one, so we appreciate all the support as always. I'll leave that up on the screen until the timer runs out, but it will be a while as we are back underway. If you guys are just tuning in, be sure to drop a like on the channel. Drop a sub as well if you guys are new around here. And because of the nice donation from Dave, feel free to put in your opinions. Dave obviously showing a lot of love for the MLS, and I do agree. It has grown a lot. The quality years ago was very, very poor, but the quality of the Canadian and / US players have become a lot better, and they're recruiting very well. It's hard because it's a closed league, so it's very different than Europe. But I agree with you, Dave, in the fact that I think MLS clubs could go toe-to-toe with some of the mid-table clubs in some of those smaller European leagues. The top clubs in those leagues, I think, are far superior than MLS. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. OC says MLS is the 25th best league in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head where I'd place them. But let's see what Dortmund's going to do here. And if they're going to wake up, and if they're going to try to turn this thing around. I want to try to take a look at the system that they'd be playing now. Actually, I'd assume it's a 4-2-3-1 still. What Canadian MLS team is your favorite, Josh? I'm from Ontario, so it would be Toronto. The most games, the professional team I've seen the most is Toronto FC. The Brazilian league and Argentina league is better than MLS. I agree with that. But I think that right now, but yeah, it's a good debate, Dave. Get people thinking, because I am very impressed with how the MLS has changed its course, because they are definitely a far superior league than they used to be. But comparing them to Europe, it gets interesting just of the structure. But that's why we left it here. We appreciate the donation as always. And we'll leave that comment until it runs out for you guys to discuss, because it's a good talking point. But Ray coming in with the Pumas picture says MLS can't even beat Liga Mexi teams in the CCL, so that says a lot. Well, that's not true. I mean, if you're talking about winning the title, that's true. But MLS teams have beat Liga Mexi teams, have they not? Like when LAFC went to the finals, did they not take on and knock out any Liga Mexi team? Or when TFC made it to the final, or Montreal made it to the final? I don't know. I assume they did, but correct me if I'm wrong. My anxiety watching Barca. But yeah, guys, I think they're lined up right now. It's almost another mistake from Zagadou. I think they're lining up right now in the 4-2-3-1. Kobel in net, Akanji right back, Hummel, Zagadou, two vulnerable center backs, Guerrero left back, DeHood and Bellingham would be the two CDMs, Royce is cam, Gio's out on the right, Mukuku's out on the left, and Mullen is your lone striker. So again, remember the points, guys, I was talking about with the system? And it's 3! What a surprise! Oh my god. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Do you guys not remember the point I just made at halftime? Playing players out of position. Marco Rosa just made 2 substitutions, and we're playing in a 4-2-3-1, and we have a striker, Mukuku, playing on the wings, and we have a Cam Gio playing on the wings. What the did that do? That was a beautiful goal, though. It's a beautiful goal. Look at Kent doing work, being like, okay, chop, buy Akanji, and then I'm going to set you up. I think that was Lidstrom. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, my. This is embarrassing. We've conceded 8 goals at home in the last 2 home matches. That's just so fucking embarrassing. Lundstrom with an absolute perler. Our back four is disgusting. I mean, we might as well just talk about Dave's comment at this point. There's no point of talking about the game. We've conceded 8 goals in our last 2 home matches. That is something else. But you guys get what I was trying to say? Like, just before they scored, I was trying to bitch about this, like the system that we're playing 4-2-3-1, and the substitutes he make is throwing out, here's Bellingham, and there's one back. I can't get my point in. Every time I do, people keep scoring. But I just don't think it's the brightest thing to go 4-2-3-1 and put a striker, Mukuku, on a wing, and Gio, a cam, on the wing. But as I say that, it's 1 goal back. And if the away goals were still here, we would be fudged. But they're not. So it is only a 3-1 game. That was a good run there from Mukuku. Guerrero was set up, and that's a beautiful hit with his left. Nice hit from Jude Bellingham. Buries that one. Okay. That was a beautiful finish from Jude. We are Dortmund, and we are here to fight. Let's go, guys. It's so weird. I just sat here for like 51 minutes bitching about this team, and now I gotta be like, all right, we can still do something here. But regardless, they still conceded 3 more at home. It's 8 goals in 2 home games. It's not good enough. But here comes a good opportunity. Mullen could have made it 3-2 just like that. MLS is below the standard of the champ. Oh yeah, the championship's a top 10 league in the world. Oh, Mullen had a glorious opportunity, man. Really, 3-0 to Rangers, and we are. No one is embarrassed. Where's the leadership? I'm embarrassed. We're here to fight, but this team isn't. Well, Mullen was close right there and making it 3-2. Mullen is the Dutch Martial. Yeah. Martial is the French Mullen. Akanji went down. Championship is actually better than some domestic leagues. Yeah, you're right. The championship, the top 10 league in the world. I even think on the ratings it is, like on the actual rankings it is. I'm embarrassed. I'm curious to see people blame Rosa or the neglect of the defense for the years before him. Again, I've been very patient with Rosa this season, and I've tried not to throw this all down on him. He's had to deal with a lot in his first season, but like I said, and this is the biggest point against Rosa, because the players themselves need to be blamed because they're atrocious. And then the board for building the team the way it is. And I've went on a couple different areas to try to talk about this point, but Dortmund liked the young, flashy player. They put money into the Adiemis of the world, the Hollands, which was not a mistake, instead of addressing what this team is lacking, and that is a properly well-structured team from back to front. So this team was built poorly. That's on the board. The players just, I don't know, seem lost. And here comes Morales. Can it be 4-1? And it's 4-1. Oh, man. Oh, did he call it off? Oh. The board did not build this defense. That did not happen. The only big issue I have with Rosa, I don't think this counted. The only big issue I have with Rosa is that he clearly is playing a style of football. That's a goal. How is that not a goal? That's onside. Oh, yeah. That'll be a goal. Where do you guys see offside? Am I missing something? That was an offside, at least in the replay I just saw. I think this is going to be given. Schultz has come on for Akanji. Ooh. So Schultz is going to be playing at right back for Manuel Akanji. That's not any better to our... That's got to be given, no? Is that a Zagadou own goal? Holy fuck. "4-1 Rangers. Goal was clearly onside. Was that a Zagadou own goal? It did touch Guerrero last, but wow. I'm done with this club. Oh, wow. All right. 4-1 Rangers. Holland is leaving this club. Why is Zagadou still on? I don't feel bad, bro. We're getting thrown out by Salzburg for sure. We're in this together. That's embarrassing, man. 9 goals conceded at home in 2 games. I'm actually just speechless. I don't even know what to say. Best day of Rangers' life for sure. What a result, man, for them. What a result. I don't know. If I'm Dortmund, I'm shipping out Hummels. I'm shipping out Zagadou. I'm shipping out Akanji. Witzel's obviously going to leave. Please try to get rid of Schultz. You need to completely reconstruct this team. Sula is a good step. Schlotterbeck would be a good step. Find some young talent. Get rid of Hummels, man. He is just not here to defend. Got another donation coming in. Appreciate it, my man. Says, hey, I mean, as a neutral, give us some more goals. I'm sure they're not done. Here comes Bellingham. Calling for a penalty shout. Royce. Appreciate the donations coming on the channel today, guys. It means a lot into the help of our channel here. Especially Dave dropping the big one. It's been up there for a while. It was a nice little debate to have about the MLS versus other clubs. That was a handball coming in about 5 times. I'm curious to see if they're going to look at it. It kind of looked like one. Favorite for this tournament out. Shocker. I can't believe they gave us the tag of favorites. They must not have been watching. They must not have been watching us play this year. I would have said, looking on how a team's performing this season, I would have given it to Napoli. Like, Barca's been kind of all over the place. Now, I know it's Barcelona, but it wouldn't shock me if Barca got knocked out. Watching us play this year, it certainly wouldn't shock me if we got knocked out. Getting knocked out in the round of 32 is simply just embarrassing. I shouldn't say that, because, I mean, Rangers are a good club. I shouldn't say it's embarrassing. It's not. But, again, just given off of expectations, you would expect Dortmund should go farther. They were the favorites. Losing at home 4-1 that's embarrassing. But Rangers are a good squad. They're deserving the lead so far. Ugh. Now, the ball's finally gone out of play. There was that shout for handball. They're there looking at it. Bellingham. I mean, no, that's not a handball. Unlike Zagadou, who had his arms flaring about, they were. I'm seeing pen to. We're gonna switch over to the Barca game for a sec because I heard that there's a penalty. All right, I'm on the Barca game for a couple seconds here because there's a penalty coming up and I'm interested in watching it. It's a penalty for Barca. Season's over tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They gave us a pen? All right, Torres. I watched that penalty. All right, we're back to the Dortmund game. At least we're knocked out. We just need Rangers to score more so Terzic will come back. No, Barcelona made it 1-1 in their match. We got another donation on the channel from Dave once again, who's been awesome today. MLS conversations are a hell of a lot better than the game. At least we can agree on that. Now for some controversy. Liga Maxi is equal to League One. Wow. So Dave's been on fire today, guys, with donations. So big shout out to Dave. We appreciate the support on the channel, my man. Does mean a lot. And you're not wrong. Your debates today have been more interesting than the game because we are losing 4-1. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Big shout out to Dave for the donation once again. Liga Maxi equal to Ligue 1. I would say no. That's my opinion. I would say no. I think Ligue 1 is a better league, but maybe we got a different perspective coming in for some of you guys. Liga Maxi is a good league, but I think Ligue 1 is better. Ligue 1 is way better. Not equal, says a lot of you guys. Schultz for Akanji is like pouring salt on wounds of Dortmund fans. Just like Rosa said, screw it and sub Mukuku for Schultz. Guerrero went to right back, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. Still rocking that 4-2-3-1. Schultz at left back, Guerrero at right back. Obviously, allow him to get up the pitch a little bit more. Glasgow Rangers are a far bigger team than Dortmund. And Gary Ross, well, they're certainly playing like it today. Josh, are you afraid to criticize our board? I mean, I do work with the club, so I need to be careful sometimes of what I say. But all I will say is that they are focused on signing a flashy young player, which will then lead to a handsome sell-on instead of putting money where it needs to be. Now, Sula, I think, is a statement signing in the right direction. I don't think Adeyemi is. I really like Adeyemi, but he doesn't, unless Haaland's leaving and you think Adeyemi is going to be your striker, your guy, I don't think Adeyemi bends this team in the right direction. I think it's a young, flashy player that we will keep for a few years and sell on. This team needs to be completely reconstructed. They need to not worry about sell-on prices. They need to sign players that are 23, 24, 25 that will be here till they're 30, and you will lose money on them. They need to get rid of the dead weight in this team. There's so much wrong with this team, from the way it was built, to the manager they brought in, to the players that are actually just effing up week in, week out. This team isn't built to play with wingers, and that's all we play. So that's an issue on Marco Rosa. That's what I think. But I don't know if Dortmund are willing to do that. Yeah, and I've told you guys since I've started this channel, you need to be very, very patient with this team. You need to have very open and honest opinions on this team, because Dortmund aren't known to go out and buy the biggest players in the world. You have to understand that. You have to manage your expectations when you support Dortmund. But then they give you that hope, that glimmer, that, oh my gosh, this is going to be a championship winning season. And then they find a way to not make it so. It's a decent ball, but defended well in the end. I'm officially not a Dortmund fan if Zagadou is on the pitch. It's frustrating, guys. It's frustrating. Bring back Stoger. No. Please buy and develop. I don't know about buy and develop. That's kind of what Dortmund do. Dortmund like buying players and developing them and then selling them on. I want to see a switch. I want to see buying players like Sula. You're not going to make money on Sula. Now, you didn't spend any transfer fee on them, but it's still a really good deal in my opinion. But they need to go out there. Buy Schick. If Haaland leaves, buy Schick. Proven in the Bundesliga, in that right age category. And here comes Kent. Look at the space. Rangers on the attack one more time. A lot of bodies forward. Woo! I remember in 18-19, I was saying Zagadou should get more playing time. Looking back at it now, I was a dumbass for believing it. No, I lost a lot of love, and maybe it's just because I'm selfish. But here comes a U.S. Men's National Team player. Sands is coming on for Scott Arfield. Canadian coming off. USA player coming on. James Sands. But, yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of love lost for Zagadou when he gave away that huge goal in our championship competing season. So, if you buy and develop 10 times, you will then have money to compete with Bayern. If we buy and develop 10 times, Bayern will have 10 players. Is the way that should be. I'm kidding. No, we buy and develop players all the time, guys. That's all Dortmund does. Look at Bellingham. Look at Gio. Look at Sancho. Look at Haaland. All Dortmund do is buy and develop. The issue with buying and developing is usually you buy them young and then you sell them. So here comes Gio. Nice little run there. Finds Mukuku. Hits the ref. You dumbass. I've been anti-Zagadou ever since he touched the grass for our club. Being raised Catholic and 25% Irish, this day sucks too. Glasgow is green and white. Dave was all about the controversy today. Yeah, it shows the history. I know. I didn't know that story until you guys told me about it today. But Dave, once again, my man, I appreciate the donation. I don't like Celtic. I just hate racism. Got a substitution coming on. It is Tigges coming on for Daniel Mullen. Mullen, I thought looked a little bit lively in the opening 10 minutes, and then that disappeared very quickly. Stop the hate on Zagadou, guys. We are still second in the league. We can't sack Rosa. Yeah. I mean, the hate on Zagadou, I feel like I do it every time I stream. And I don't like crapping on players. And I've been very good at it, not crapping on them until I've hit the point of I just don't care anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's our club. We shouldn't be shitting on them. But he puts me to the limit where I just can't do it anymore. So I'm sorry if I offended anybody in the chat. I'm just sick of him on the pitch. He's done nothing for this club. And that's such a bad thing to say. I get that. Like, I'm a fan. I love this club. But it's so true. He needs to leave. And I think it's better for him. I'm not saying you need to leave. You're the worst thing to ever happen. No. I don't think he belongs at this club. And I think that if he wants to find a way to get his career back on track, he needs a move for himself. The fact that Dortmund are second in the Bundesliga just shows how bad the league is. That's an interesting comment, because I can't defend it right now. Now, I would say, I don't think it is necessarily shits on the league, because I'm sorry, the Bundesliga is a better league than the Scottish League, and there's not even a debate. I think it's more of a shot at Dortmund being the most inconsistent side in the Bundesliga, because they can be impressive and then they can be totally embarrassing this season. But I mean, I'm sorry, the Bundesliga is a good league. It's a better league than the Scottish League. It's just that you're up against a team that knows no bounds when it comes to consistency. The moment they just sold Delaney and kept Witsel, I figured it would be an L. Why does Rosa always bring on second team? Yeah, I don't know what Tigges is going to do. Tigges has scored a few goals this season. To be fair, he does have a place in this team, but I don't know what system we're playing now. Is it a 4-4-2 maybe? Yeah, I don't even know. Selling Delaney did suck. And George is here, not the person we need to tune into the chat right now. Josh, why are you giving a pass to our midfield? The positioning was so bad. It is, but again, what do you expect? Both of them are not number 6s. They are more attacking than defending players, in my opinion. So, what do you expect? Witsel is the only natural CDM this team has, and he's got the movement of a snail. There's no balance to the midfield. There's no balance to this team, period. So it's not a shock anymore the way that these results are coming in. I said it. I can go through the list of players that are playing out of position. This team just needs to be reconstructed. They need to get players that can play the position the manager wants them to. Again, the midfield that we lose a lot of midfield, but I love Bellingham and I love Dahoud. Two of my favorite players on this team. But man, they're not 6s. They're not deep lying midfielders that can break up the play, that can switch in transition. They're 8s. It's the best way I can put it. And then we have a very vulnerable back line. We have strikers playing as wingbacks. I'm kidding. Strikers playing as wingers. I don't know. Where's George's comment? I was going to put up your comment, George. It's not popping up, though. So I'll put up that one. But George has been a member here for 11 months, and he said, great way to celebrate my 11 months membership, laughing at us. George, my heart, man. I put that up for you, but I can't find it on StreamYard. I don't know why it's not popping up. McGregor's like 40. He is. This is painful. Hey, you with the sad face. Me? Looking at me? Liverpool buying Bellingham for 90 mil in the summer, I heard. Yeah. I've said this a few times. I assume Bellingham will stay another season, But again, if you're you have to assume that some performance this season will have an indication of what he's going to do. Yash has been a member here for 5 months. Yash always was interesting takes here on the channel. Says, need to score 4 without conceding in the return fixture. No, the away goal rule's not there anymore. So we only need to score 3 goals. If we score 3 in Scotland, it's 4-4. It goes to extra time. That's very, very unlikely. There's a dangerous set piece coming up as well. George comes in with the donation. Wasn't done rubbing it in yet. Just what I needed today. What does George have to say? I would be surprised, but it's Borussia Dortmund. This is your legacy and club, losing to the Power Rangers at home. I love buying Munich, George. Another donation comes in from Dave. Dave, is that what you meant? You love buying Munich, George? Or do you mean, I'm assuming you mean I love Bayern Munich, George? But Dave, let me know in the comments, because I think there was a little lost in translation there. But we appreciate the donations. We appreciate all the members here on the channel. The man said Power Rangers. Free kick coming up. Will it be 5? It's a poor take. And punted up the field. Oh. Can someone tell me how much Schmalzer will be okay to play? I hate... Oh, man. Sula will be your next legend. Sula's a big... George, let me know what your thoughts are on Sula joining Dortmund. I mean, he can't be sitting here watching this being like, yeah, made the right choice. But like I said, man, this season, it is what it is. I think next season, I'm hoping there's just so much work to be done. I just hope that they just say, screw it, man. We're flipping players left, right, and center. There's a lot of players that need to leave this club. Zimmerman better than Zagadou. Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm more of a Miles guy though. The pressure continues as well. Will Rangers find a 5th? Got another donation on the channel from a man. It says, I'm absolutely fuming with this result. Getting really fed up with Rosa now. Man, and I don't know. I don't know where to put the blame. There's so many different areas. The board, the players themselves, but Rosa is not unscathed, man. I do agree with you. I'm getting a little bit annoyed. I gave Rosa a lot of time. I gave him, like I said, I wanted an identity, and he tried to give us an identity. He tried to give us the 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. That was supposed to be his identity, but it doesn't fit the players we have. It clearly doesn't. And I've said it like 50 times, this team, there's nothing wrong with having different systems to use. That helps make you a better team. But this team was completely built to play with a back 3. That's a good ball from Guerrero to find Schultz with a bullet. So yeah, I mean, I'm losing a little bit of patience with Marco Rosa, just because we were playing such good football under Terzic, man. It was such a shame that we couldn't have given a little bit more time. Because I do think, you mean, a lot of people would say, you don't know Terzic will do any better. To that, I say, would he have done any worse? Could you have done any worse this season if Terzic would have stayed on? And I don't think the answer is yes. I think we would have been in better shape, because I think he would have went in there with the identity he created. He had Hummels playing well in the back 4. He had Guerrero playing well in the back 4. He might not have sold Delaney. I don't know, but I can't say that. But all I know is that nothing's going right now. But Dave said, I love George. He loves buying Munich. I get it now. Buying Munich because they buy players. That's a brain fart from Josh. And he hates when I call him that on Filippo's screen. But we always lose players on a free. I've been a BBV fan since the 90s. This is the worst Dortmund team I've seen. Even the team that finished 13th under was more entertaining to watch. Hurts, Josh. Yeah, but it's funny though because we're still second in the league. It's really weird. It is. Dumped out of the Pokal, dumped out of the Champions League, gonna be dumped out of the Europa League. Still second in the league, 6 points off the top. Really weird season. But yeah. I don't know, man. Guys, like the video if you're still joining with us. It's been a real venting session for most Dortmund fans here on the channel. Josh, show me a single good, satisfying match under Rosa. I can't remember any. I mean, our last match, man. We won 3-0 away from home against Union Berlin. I was pretty satisfied with that. But again, it's not enough. Your question should be, Josh, show me a string of matches where we haven't been inconsistent. And that I could not show you. But I mean, away to Union Berlin, 3-0, that's a result that's a good result. But for the love of, there's just no consistency with this team. They cannot do it over the course of a season. And that's why, even though we're 6 points behind Bayern, I have no motivation to see that this team is going to compete for the title. Like the video. I want to donate. Super chat and super sticker not available in my region. That's right, my man. I appreciate the support and the like as well. Hope you're doing well. If you're a Dortmund fan, then obviously you're not. Terzic might have had similar defensive problems, though. And I don't disagree. Terzic went on an unbelievable stretch. We can't sit here and say Terzic would have taken this team to another level, but we can't sit here and say he would have done any worse than Marco Rosa because we don't know. So it is what it is. Dortmund played their cards, and it was poor. But Dave comes in again, says, call George Bayern Munich. George on Tactical Managers chat one time. He was so pissed. George, you don't like that? You don't like the Bayern Munich of Dave here? I thought it was clever. And somehow I've never heard anyone call them Bayern Munich, but that is Dave, you cracked me up. Josh, Rangers are also second in the league. They are. They have a really good title challenge going on with Celtic right now. It looked like at the beginning of the season that Rangers were going to run away with it, but big shout out to Celtic returning their fortunes around him. And now I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they're a point up. So it'll be a good battle in Scotland for that. Half of League One would beat Rangers, and that's a fact. That's their level. Well, then I guess half of them would beat Dortmund as well. Man, I'm watching Sheriff and Braga, which is more entertaining than this. I quit. We hit 100 likes. I appreciate it, guys. And we got a lot of I quits in the chat. That's a nice ball. Another good opportunity coming in for Rangers. Zagadou. Defensive performance. Josh, what do you think the problem is? Dortmund? Is it individual? Is it tactical? Man, I don't know. Again, I say it's threefold. I said you can't get the board away. They've built this team. They spent years doing the same thing over and over again. So you know what? It goes on the board. I just think it's something in the change room as well. I don't think the players are doing anything justice-wise. But then I'm not going away from Marco Rosa because I think he's just too stubborn. I think there's a clear system that this team can play, and he's refusing to do it. It's a good run there from Dahoud. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's more than one factor. When you have a season like this, there's obviously going to be more than one factor. Here comes Guerrero. Whoa! Oh. All right, that's why he's playing right back. That's a banger right there. What a hit. What a hit. The man got switched over to right back. Bellingham just lays it on for Guerrero, who says, yep, our team is not doing it today. I'm just going to bury that one. It's all... Yeah, that was a really good drive from Dahoud, man. But what a touch, and then what a hit from Guerrero. And it's 4-2. If it ends 4-3, I won't be mad. And remember, guys, there is no away goal. There is no away goal. So it is only a 4-2 match. Technically, it would be like 5-2 if it was the away goals. But if we win 2-0 away next week, then it goes to extra time, which I have no confidence that we will. But we have a substitution coming in. Renier, if you guys remember him, is back on for Royce. That's a weird substitution. Royce has not been good. Here comes Gio. Nice ball to Mukuku. Mukuku's been pretty positive since coming on. That's a good little run there, but doesn't really have the strength to get there. Gives a foul on Mukuku as well. Rice is gassed, def not injured. You'll probably go through. I don't know. I don't know, George. Don't have a lot of faith. Now, if they can get one more, that would be pretty interesting. I don't know why this thing keeps going white, but it should be back now. I don't feel confident at all right now. We're playing so badly. Dortmund need one more tonight to put them out. White screen. Yeah, I don't know why that was, but I put it should be back. Be interesting if Dortmund can find a way to get through with Mukuku and Tigges and Renier leading our front three. Just give the ball to Guerrero. I think Ten Hag would be a great manager. If I had a choice, I'd bring Ten Hag in a heartbeat. But I don't know if he would take this job. Guerrero looking to get involved a little bit more. Rosa is staying. Yeah. I agree. Better watch Atlanta Olympiacos than watching my team get destroyed. And Matar's here as well. Ref gives no foul. They're putting a little bit of pressure together. I just can't believe the front three right now is Renier, Tigges, and Mukuku. It's really throwing me off. I'm Catholic. I have no idea why they hate us so much. Ten Hag won't come to Dortmund, unfortunately. He's looking at one of the top elite teams. Well, I mean, United are looking at him, so I don't know about top elite. I'm kidding. No. I mean, a couple things. One, I don't think Rose is going to get sacked. I still don't. Whether we lose the next game 3-0, I still think they're going to give Rosa to the rest of the season, but maybe I'm wrong. Two, I would love Ten Hag. If you're asking me what manager I would love, I'd take him in a heartbeat. He's not realistic, though. I don't think he would touch this job. I think the Ajax job is a better job for him than the Dortmund job, unless he wants a real challenge. He's also got the links to Bayern, so I think that door is open for him one day in the future. And on top of that, he's got interest from other clubs that I think that he would go to. I don't know what a potential... Like, Kovac, in my opinion, is an outside shot, but if down the line we do sack Rosa, he could be an option. I do think Kovac would be an option. And I also think that Terzic would be the main manager to come back in, just because he found success with this club. So those are my points on that. Batar, you're bumming me out. Does Wolves manager... I mean, he's Portuguese. He doesn't speak German, does he? Because if he doesn't, it's the other thing with a Dortmund job, guys. The coach has to speak German. So Niko Kovac speaks German. Obviously, Terzic, Rosa spoke German. And then Ten Hag does speak German. But I don't think he'd be interested in the job. I would play Guerrero as a center mid and buy a left back who can defend. It's not a bad idea. Sahin should not be manager, my man. No, man. He doesn't have the pedigree to come into this job. I don't think that he would do anything. But yeah. This team suffers without Haaland. Another donation from Dave. Shout out to my man. Yeah, Haaland's probably sitting here being like, get me out of here. Can Gundogan return to Dortmund from Man City? Be a real Dortmund thing to do. They love bringing back former players. Deep cross. No one touched it. Make Royce the player manager. Yeah, no. I wouldn't be against bringing in Niko Kovac. I don't have an issue with the body of his work. Mostly, I look at what he just did at Monaco. Man, he took a Monaco team that finished in 18th place or 17th place, just above going through a relegation battle. He took them to a Champions League position, and the reason I think he got sacked this year is because he was in not an automatic spot. So he put a lot of time and effort into qualifying against Shakhtar. He lost out with Monaco. Then because of it, he was resting players and he had a poor start to the season. But when he got sacked, they were in, I think, 7th place, 6th place, only a couple plays off of a Champions League. So I thought he got very unfairly sacked at Monaco. And I thought he did a really good job there. But I don't know what other candidates there are. Terzic and Kovac would be the only two that I would, realistic ones. Because unfortunately, guys, Ten Hag he's just not an option. He's not going to take this job. Jesse Marsch, I would not want either. Jesse Marsch's body of work is winning in Austria with a team that he's expected to win with. Nice run there. Yeah, Ralph could potentially come in. He's doing good. He's doing good work at Southampton. I think, he speaks German, so I mean that is a look. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is. I would take Nico first. I'd take the Salzburg manager. Can he speak German? Is that what? I don't know. Probably he can. Usually there's a connection. He probably speaks German. I don't know. Yeah, he's doing some wonderful things there as well. Rangers can now score 4 on us at our house. Done watching this team until it defends. Why is everyone asking about the coach squad needs to be sorted out? I agree. The coach needs to be finished out quickly. I do repeat myself a lot because I get a lot of the same kind of questions. In my opinion, what Dortmund need to do going forward is they need to figure out, are we going to put our faith in Marco Rose? Yes or no? And if you are, then it doesn't matter what happens this season. You're putting next season in Marco Rose. Then the next thing that you need to do is you ask Marco Rose, what do you want? This is what we can do for you. This is the money we can spend. How do you want to spend it? It seems simple, but it's not, because the board in the past have been like, hey, here's a list of players that we're going to buy, all young. I don't know if they fit your squad, but pick one of them. But that's what they need to do, man. They need to, and if it's not Rosa, then get someone in who is going to be the next guy, and then build your team to suit the manager. This squad is not built how Dortmund want to play. It's why they're so open. It's why their midfield looks terrible. The attack looks like it can't create anything, and the defense concedes left, right, and center. Figure out who your next manager is. Ask them, give them the funds that they're willing to spend, and then ask them. Because I bet you Mark Rose will be like, all right, great, I could sign a winger. Remember those? Remember what a winger looks like? Because I haven't played with one this year. I don't even fully consider, Hazard's the closest thing we have to a winger, but other than that, it's Brandt, it's Royce, it's Gio, Mukuku. Bellingham has played out on the wings before, man. It's just, it seems very easy, but it's not. And Dortmund will find a way not to do what I just said. And Adeyemi, I'm sorry, guys. I love the kid. He doesn't fit this team. I don't know if Adeyemi is a single striker, because Marco Rosa, if he's the guy, will want to play in a 4-2-3-1, one striker system. That, to me, screams out Schick rather than Adeyemi. Adeyemi is also not a winger. I keep seeing Jurgi Love. Jurgi Love is not a manager I want to see come to Dortmund, boys. I'm sorry. I miss the Dortmund DNA. Yeah, well, we don't have any wingers. It was impossible to play that. Managers can never make a choice. Only, well, they need to, man. Your manager needs to have a say in who you sign. Mullen and Adeyemi aren't physical enough to play as a lone striker, and I agree with you. Enrico Messen, yeah, a little promotion from he's doing some good job with our U23s. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's just a lot of uncertainty around what this club's going to be like going forward. We need Thomas Frank. Change my mind. Can you speak German? Because if you can't speak German, he's not an option. But 2, again, I don't know. I don't. He doesn't scream to me, oh, this is going to take us to the next level. I don't know which options of players would be, or managers would be, man. Like Ten Hag would get me excited if he's not a real option. Niko Kovac is one. There you go. He's got silverware. Did a really good job at Monaco. Jude to the moon. Mullen on the wing and Adeyemi on the right wing looks good, but you need a manager. But they're not wingers, and that's the big issue. Again, that doesn't fix, in my opinion, that doesn't fix our problem. If next season we sign Adeyemi, and then let's just say Holland stays or we sign a player like Schick, that is still 2 strikers playing on the wings. That is not exactly what we need. I've seen Mullen playing the wings enough this season, so I can strongly tell you, I don't know where he fits in this Dortmund team. Because he's been lackluster on the wings, he's been lackluster as a striker. And Adeyemi, why sign him for 35 mil? Why not just sign a striker or a winger if that's where you're going to play him? Sign a proper goddamn winger. I'm sorry, that's the only thing this team needs to do. Don't sign players and shove them in positions that they're not meant to play. That's where you're going to find a lot of the same things that you're going to do. We need a 6 as well, Angie. I absolutely agree. We need a lot. We need to completely reconstruct this team, but I don't know how realistic that is. There's going to be players that have to stay. I just don't think Adeyemi is the answer to what we need. Schultz. I don't know. I could rant about this for 45 minutes, but I'm not going to waste my breath because I don't know what they're going to do. But we need proper wingers. 2 proper wingers. We need a proper 9 if Holland leaves. And then Mullen could be a backup 9, backup winger. That's nothing wrong with that. Get a proper 6. Maybe even another proper 6. Shift out all that dead weight. Sign Nico. Maybe keep Guerrero. I mean, I would like to see a proper left back come in. But, I mean, again, I don't know how realistic it is to completely overhaul this team. We need to bring back Schürrle and Götze. I need to end this stream. If you guys have still tuned in with me through this was another frustrating stream here on JJD TV. But be sure to drop a like because it's always appreciated. Drop a sub as well. As we've played the 5 minutes, it is still 4-2. Looks like there's going to be one final chance here for Dortmund. Renier's on it to Schultz. I kid. It went to Zagadou. And Zagadou's going to go in with the cross. It wasn't terrible, to be fair. And Hummels. You need a Costa at the 6. I think Adeyemi is being looked at as a Holland replacement. And that's the game. I don't think Adeyemi is a proper Holland replacement, though. That's like the thing with me. To me, he's not a true 9, and he's not a winger. So what is he? And do we want to take that risk? What's going on? Just tuned in. Dortmund lost 4-2. 4-2, guys. We are going to bring an end to the stream. We appreciate you guys tuning in, as always. This was just a little sad, is what it was. If you guys did tune in for the entirety of this stream, on your way out, if you could be so kind as it helps the channel, be sure to drop a like and a sub. Thank you guys so much for all the donations. Thank you guys for all the members, all the wild chat, as this was my voice is a little bit sore. I was talking for a while. Finn says, let's go the Canadian women team. Yeah, Canada did me good this week, but Dortmund did not. So yeah. All right. Looks like we're crashing out of the Europa League, but we will see you guys for the Gladbach watch along and then Rangers watch along next week. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Drop a like on your way out. Try to sleep well. I won't, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers, friends.